Hi, water signs. I hope your new year is off to a great start. I wanted to come on here and do a quick 2022 outlook for you. This is a general reading, so keep that in mind. Take what resonates, toss the rest. This is just for entertainment purposes, and as I have always said to you guys, energy fluctuates like crazy. So I could pull the same type of intention in 10 minutes and get a completely different set of cards that come out. So don't hold on to this too tightly, but I want this to be a resource for you to, kind of assess how your year is starting out, see if the first card, for January is resonating, and then going from there, how the things tie together. I am going to put down in the menu box below, the comment box, whatever you call it. I'm going to put down there the breakdown of all the cards that come out. That way, in 6 months, if you want to come back and say without watching the whole video, you want to say, oh, what was my card for June, July, and then you want to look back and say, oh yeah, I remember I got such and such card in March, and gosh, that did happen to me. I'd be curious too, as things go along, if you have comments, as the year progresses, that things start to resonate for you. I just would be curious to hear how that goes. So what we're going to do first is we are going to pull a overall theme card from the Water Sign Vibes deck, and then we're just going to see how that theme interplays into one card for each month of the year. So, with one more thing I don't want to forget. Sorry, I don't know if I've ever recorded 4 back-to-back videos before. This might be a new record. So, of course, on the last one I just shared this and then almost forgot here, but water signs are Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So if you're a Pisces sun sign, for example, that's great, but you may very well have a lot of earth in other aspects of your natal chart, right? So you might want to watch the earth signs video to see if that resonates for you. If you aren't sure what your natal chart looks like, you can get that information free by Googling Cafe Astrology free natal chart. And there's no gimmick, they don't spam you, and you can just get a breakdown of all the different planets and what signs, where those appear. And if you want, though, to know more about what that actually means, how that affects your communication, your relationships with others, and just your life in general, that is something that I offer during my customizable sessions. So that information is down below as well. All right, now we're going to get started, guys, with water signs. What is the overall theme for water signs for the year, please? Imaginative. That's actually very beautiful. So you guys can see there's a little girl, and she's reading a book, and there's a little unicorn that is manifesting itself off of the page. Now, what is not visible here was the image that I actually downloaded to make this card was too obviously wide to put on the entire card, and doing it this way would have just, I think, taken away from the image. But there is actually in this full picture the real unicorn that has manifested off of the page, and it's a life-size unicorn. So there could be things that you have fantasized about, all of 2021 or even prior to that are going to manifest themselves in concrete form in 2022. We'll see. We're going to see what comes out. So I'm going to shuffle, and as I said that, by the way, Ace of Pentacles was on the bottom of the deck, which that's like reaping what what you've planted, the things that you've maybe dreamed of and hoped for and tried to manifest. That's definitely a sign that it's coming out. So we'll see if that card comes out again. But I'm going to shuffle for water signs for January, please. January 2022. What card? And then instead of shuffling again, I'm just going to pull straight out after January and see what comes through. 4 of Swords. Okay, so 2021 was a rough year for many of us, and this is a card of healing, right? So you may have lost a loved one in 2021. You may have had a relationship end. You may just be working on healing yourself from old, from everything, from childhood trauma. It's a rest and recovery card. And January is a beautiful month to do that, right? Because especially if you're in, the United States and this part of the world, it is winter. And that is a time, it's like a hibernation. It's like, I'm going to go in and let my heart heal. But for some of you, I kind of feel like too, we're going to see what other themes come out. But it's like this imaginative energy. It's like there are things you want to bring into your life and to manifest, but you're afraid to give your heart away to somebody or open your heart. You're still, although the heart is outside the body, it's kind of like, I view it as you're not feeling, you're closing yourself off from feeling the depth of things because of prior hurts. So let's see what comes in February. February is Knight of Pentacles. That's actually very beautiful energy. I feel like after some rest, recovery, contemplation, going within, I feel like whatever it is you're working through, for many of you, you're about ready to get up and go grab it. Go grab what you want. Bring it out of the etheric realm and the imagination and bring it into, like, it's time to, like, actually take action, move forward, and go get what you want. And look at all these things that are out there for you, right? All these opportunities. But I feel like for many of you, there's one in particular that's like been weighing on you, something that you've wanted and you've been too afraid, or you've wanted to make sure that you were healing yourself properly first. So the Knight of Pentacles energy is it's an action card, but you're going to be slow and you're going to be cautious and still maybe a little bit guarded because of this, or just taking your time and making sure that you're taking, I'm hearing like the proper steps, it's whatever this is, it's like something that you don't want to mess up again, because that's been weighing on you a lot. Okay. So let's see what's coming in March. Wow. This is insane, guys. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. It's like he went and he's got this one on his back, but now he's like, they're all balancing. The energies are balancing. And we've also got this here, which actually is sacred geometry that represents like the hexagon, the as above, so below. You've got like the 3, 6, 9, like the triangles. Oh my gosh, you guys, you might want to look into sacred geometry. This is beautiful. 6 of Pentacles is about balance. It's about partnership. 6 is tied to the lovers in tarot. So, this very well could be a journey of the heart, a physical relationship that you've been wanting to manifest, that you've been imagining. And now the theme is like, okay, we're going to stop staying in our heads and staying in fantasy land. And we're actually going to take action, physical, tangible action, to bring this into balance and alignment. This could be just you getting to balance with your finances, balance with career, work-life balance, maybe having more, help at your job, more help if you are already in a partnership with somebody, teamwork. This is the 6 of Pentacles is a very beautiful card. Okay, so, and I swear I did shuffle these. If you guys watched the air signs, I like put cards in different, the spread that came out, different areas, so that they weren't all together when I shuffled, but some of these are still, so you may want to cross watch, especially if you have air in your chart, if you're a water sign with air in your chart. I think some of the air sign, some of these same cards are coming out. Page of Wands. This is like everything you're wanting is within your grasp, coming full circle, and just taking that leap of faith. It's taking that leap of faith, even if you can't see it, even if you can't grasp it quite yet, right? It's very much like, I know it's there, I'm excited, and I'm going to just surrender, right? To me, I'm getting this is an energy of surrender. Page of Wands also can be about news or communication. So this could be tied to, if there was a job. Let's say you're going for a job. Maybe you went for a job in March that's more work-life balance. You might be getting some good news about that come April. Let's say you were trying to maybe walking towards that relationship, that balanced relationship that you've been imagining. This could be like the exciting news that it's like coming full circle and things are coming around. But either way, I feel like in April, there's definitely something exciting that's like new, invigorating, and it could be even a creative endeavor. But whatever this is, it's very positive. All right, so for May is the Four of Cups. I feel like this could be some of the doubts and fears coming back in. Perhaps if what you've wanted hasn't quite come to fruition yet, you may start doubting. You may start, oh my gosh, I took this leap of faith and things aren't going the way I thought. Could be you're getting back into that imaginative energy, that too much I'm in my head and my fantasy world, and focusing on, what could go wrong, what went wrong in the past versus all the opportunities that you have before you. So there could be some more healing that needs to be done in May. I'm getting like something could be triggered. But I feel like overall it's like steady progress forward, because you still have that Knight of Pentacles energy, which I feel like is going to anchor you in this new year. You've done this healing in January. February, you're going to start really like going towards taking tangible physical steps towards whatever it is you want. There is going to be balance coming in and something coming in, news-wise, although there still could be this like lack of like, oh gosh, well, I thought because XYZ happened, that meant everything was coming to me right now. And there may still be some waiting that has to be done. So let's see what's coming in June. Okay, so June is when the wheel turns. And again, I'm pretty sure it was the air sign video. This is crazy. Definitely not the same order of cards and not all the same cards, but a lot of similarities. But see how it's like now it's like, okay, everything is here. It's like this, there's the balance of the light and the dark that's taken place, right? So at times we are going to be triggered. We are going to have those moments where we're like, oh my gosh, this isn't happening fast enough. Or you might, there might be aspects of your old life that kind of draw you back or make you want to go back into that energy. It's about recognizing those patterns. It's about recognizing why you're being triggered. And once you conquer that, like the light and the dark, and say, all right, I'm going to just like, I know when this is here, this thread of whatever it is, I'm going to transmute it. I'm going to face it and transmute it. It's like, instead of like walking towards, and maybe leaving certain things behind and having, like you've got like you're standing on top of the world, the entire thing, everything is closing. I'm getting for you, June is definitely going to be a pivotal month. It's also a 6 month. It is tied to the Lovers, the Gemini energy. We've got the Six of Pentacles. I feel like if there was something that was out of balance, I mean, look how clearly this is definitely a balance energy now. Balance within yourself. Perhaps there could have been some issues in the relationship or whatever it was that did manifest itself in the spring. But you get that back into alignment, and because of the healing and the work that you've done on yourself early this year, what you need to do to get yourself in alignment, and you just do it, right? And then that's when the wheel starts turning. You close out those cycles and you move forward. I feel like the summer is a very, very powerful time for water signs. But there may be a decision that has to be made come July. So we got the Two of Swords here, and that's where I'm getting to. July is Cancer season, and as a water sign, that can be an emotional time for you. That can be a time where it's like you start getting back in your head again. You start, getting triggered, especially if there's a full moon, around that time, especially if you are a Cancer and it's July, right? You get into that head like, oh my God, could be, and I haven't looked it up, but there could be a retrograde that's happening at some point over the summer. I don't know, sometimes even if it's not Mercury, there can be Venus and a lot of other planets that have that happen at the same time. So I feel like in June, again, you get into this energy, you're poised to close out move into the next, right? But you've got to be in this alignment. You've got to be out of this energy. And I feel like what can happen here, these are the possibilities, right? If you stay stuck in this, like, I've missed an opportunity, you know, something, it's like not seeing what's in front of you, not balancing out like your shadow and your soul, then you are going to get stuck in your head, and that could create issues. I feel like you have the ability, right, to surrender. And if you don't surrender here in April to whatever, even if you can't see whatever it is that manifested, if you don't surrender, then there could be the potential to get into this nostalgia energy, this I wish I could go back to the way things were. I just felt safer, right? But you don't want, you want to conquer that. You want to get everything in alignment and get in balance so that you can close those cycles out and move forward. And that way, if you are faced with a decision, right, you're not like feeling as torn about it. It's like, okay, I can take the blindfold off myself. This almost looks like scales on her arm too. Like, it's like, okay, this is coming in, this old stuff's coming back. Yeah, I don't want this anymore. I'm going to cut this out. And then, now this was in reverse. The Knight of Cups was in reverse. So I may read it that way, but we can take it either way. But I feel like it could go either way, honestly, because of this Two of Swords that comes the month before. Which way are you going to go? Are you, I feel like there's a potential for fear here, like maybe wanting to move the situation forward, wanting to move the relationship forward, wanting to take that job. I feel like this is more a relationship, but being scared, getting in your head. And if you don't close those cycles out, right, the Knight of Cups is in reverse. You're not going to make that offer. You're not going to stick around. You're withholding yourself. You're going back into this, like closing yourself off. If you do overcome that Two of Swords energy and this, whatever this wound is that resurfaces, you've got to surrender. And I know that's easier said than done. That's something that we could discuss during a session if you would like more guidance on that. But if it's upright, you move forward. There's a potential for a romance, for something to, develop beautifully and emotionally here during the Lionsgate portal. But what I'm getting is again, these are just potentials, right? Remember that, guys. This is like the potential energies that could be impacting you, to be mindful of. So this came out in reverse, which tells me for some of you, there's a potential that you get too much stuck in your head and you close yourself off to what, really like is right there for you in your grasp. If you just stay balanced and in your head and your heart, and surrender, right? The blindfold doesn't, you have no issue pulling that off and going forward and getting out of your fears. But if you stay stuck in your fears, you hold back your heart, you hold back your love, or putting your emotion in to whatever it is that is something that you have wanted, right? Then I feel like it's just going to stay in your head. It's going to stay a fantasy, and that could lead to a broken heart. That can lead to Three of Swords. I feel like it's almost like the self-fulfilling prophecy here, where, you stay in your head because you're afraid of getting hurt, but it hurts you to be away from this person or this situation. Whatever this is, you're not pursuing your dreams, even if it's not a romantic situation, if it's a job or whatever, a creative endeavor, like you're hurting yourself by letting that fear win and not going forward. So it's like either way, right? This also could be, just old wounds surfacing. But what I'm getting is like, there's this potential in the summer for everything you've ever wanted to come to fruition. You're standing on top of the world. The wheel is turning. You're balanced in all of your energy. Like, she's got dice around her neck. Like, everything is just there for the taking. But then you just freak out and think, and get in your head and imagination, like all the things that could go wrong. And then you manifest, instead of manifesting the beautiful unicorn, the upright Knight of Cups, you manifest, everything you fear is going to happen because you don't believe it can happen. Does that make sense? Again, these are all potentials. So I'm trying to give you the tools to know that if you, and if you may not, but if you get to the point, this summer where you're starting to encounter this energy, you're starting to get in your head and you're watching this and you're like, oh my God, this is where I'm at right now. You've got to take a step back and know that everything is within your grasp. Everything. Fear is going to draw in the things that you don't want to happen. And so if you get to that point, we can schedule a session and we can go through and talk about it. And just know that there are ways to take a step back, go within, because I feel like if you've gotten to this point, you know what this feels like. You know what it feels like to be balanced. You know what it feels like to start magnetizing and attracting in the things that you've wanted. And if you know how that feels and you've accomplished it before, you know that you can get back there again. You've just got to make that decision to say, I'm not going to go here. Cut that. I'm going to go back to this beautiful energy of surrender and balance and going and getting what I want because I know it's there for me. Okay. And see, October, it shows like you can work through that. This is literally what I was just saying. Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is a challenging new beginning. After perhaps going through some sort of heartache, going some sort of stressful situation. But it's also the epiphany. It's like, oh my God, why am I putting myself through this unnecessary agony, being in my head, when I know what I want? And this is a lesson, right? This is about repeating lessons. This is about karma. But it's about epiphanies. It's about like the light bulb going off. And it's kind of like, for some of you, if you do fall into that trap, rest assured you are going to be able to get yourself out of it. And you do have a fresh start to close out that cycle again and to move forward with the knowledge and the lessons this time. And that was October. So that is a Scorpio season. That's a lot of times of like death, rebirth, like closing that out. It's like the wake up call for many. And then we got Queen of Wands. That is so beautiful. So some of you may be dealing with a fire sign, but this is about confidence. This is about an epiphany, recognizing finally once and for all, I'm getting like closing out those things that no longer serve. If you do have a blip, if you do have oh no, I got in my head again, and had a disruption. This is like, I've got my mojo back. I've got my confidence. I'm manifesting. Look at everything I'm bringing in. I'm like, and oh my God, you guys, this is so amazing. Look at this. So this was back in April. It's like in my grasp. Oh, I'm like jumping for it. I'm surrendering. And now it's like, oh, I've grabbed the wand and look what else I'm bringing in. That's some beautiful, beautiful energy right there. Oh my gosh. And to close out the year, we've got King of Wands. So if you are on a partnership track, looking for a person, like a long-term relationship, here's the pair to close out the year, right? This also is the balance of the masculine and feminine within yourself. So we've got the manifesting, the creative energy, the flow, the surrendering, then brings this confidence king energy forward. Like I'm ruler. Like I've got everything I want. I'm ready to come in and take my queen and bring in everything I want for myself. This could be, again, within your own energy or with another person. But that's an absolutely beautiful way. I was a little bit concerned, guys. I was like, that's some dark energy. But again, it doesn't have to come to fruition. Just keep that in mind. You have the power to get out of your head. So if this starts happening, know that, you can just recognize the lesson, get that epiphany of like, okay, where have I seen this pattern before? I worked through it. I was on my way. The wheel's going to turn. I've just got to balance myself, balance my soul and my thoughts. And then this is what happens. Balance as within, so without, right? Within a partnership and within yourself, if that's what you're seeking. So that's absolutely beautiful. If you guys would like to look into your specific situation, that information's down below. I hope you have an amazing new year.